Hello, guys. Welcome to Love Life on Botchpot.com. It's good to be on your face again. Today is a very special to me, special to Love Life, and special to this, podcast. Special day, and it's also we are having a very unique subject to discuss as well. Um, Sita with me is a very fine girl, you know, beautiful girl.
Thank you.
Awesome girl.
Oh my God.
Okay, great. Man. What's your name?
Priscilla Amen.
Priscilla. Okay, good to have you here.
Thank you. Thank
And
you for
I'm
having
I'm I'm
me.
sure we'll be able to make meaning out of today's subject.
Yeah.
So, but basically, we're looking at waiting well. Waiting well. It's almost impossible for anybody not to have waiting seasons, and especially in the area of marriage, relationship,
Yes.
almost everybody, not everybody though. Some people got married very early, maybe like Tosin, our producer. I think, don't know when he got married, but then, but then, what I'm trying to say is everybody has had to wait for one thing or the other. So
Yes.
if you probably got it quicker in marriage, maybe in some other area you have to wait. So this is one discipline that we need to learn,
True.
how to wait. But specifically today in this area of marriage, how to wait well is what we're looking at, basically. Are you single?
Yes.
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
not
yes.
searching.
You're not searching. Okay, why do you have no searching?
Because I'm not searching.
Why now? Why you
Because I'm
not?
not searching.
No. You have to say why are you not searching.
Because I'm not searching.
Yeah, she's not searching. Okay, cool. So, but why are you single? Think about that. Why are you
Still single.
single? Why are you still single? Exactly. Is it by your own um, desire to still be single yet, or are you a product or a victim of circumstance of life? Or is it a combination of both?
Combination of both, actually.
Okay.
Combination
Talk
of
about
both.
that, yeah.
Okay. Combination of both. While on my part, I think I made some terrible
Okay.
choices
Okay.
that I've learned from.
Thank God. Okay.
Yeah, so I redirected my focus and purpose, and that's the circumstance part, I
That's
think.
it. That's the circumstance part.
Yes.
Okay. So what part of it on your journey was because of you decided to?
Well, from my choices that I've made in the past, I mean, I've been in relationships that I was not supposed to be. Clearly, I knew, but I was practically wasting my time dating people I was not supposed to date or I don't see future with. I know this person is not my spec or the kind of person I wanted to end up
Yeah,
with.
I think
But I would just date anyway for the fun of it.
fun of it. For the
Yes.
lust of it, maybe.
And maybe yes.
Maybe, yeah. Anyway, so you dated some people because you just wanted to date,
Absolutely.
not because you believe that that was the right person for you.
No.
Okay. So
Because
that means, yeah, go
sorry.
ahead.
Because there are other factors I had growing up.
Yeah.
A perspective I had about marriage that gave me this marriage thing. So, are you sure I want to do it? Kind of. I think that also contributed to me being delayed.
Being delayed. Okay. So those are experiences that are not pleasant. And that
Yeah,
made you to withdraw a bit from the whole idea of being married as at
absolutely.
then.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, but I think now we can safely say that everybody will have both circumstance. Those for everybody that has experienced some level of delay would have had both
Yeah.
circumstance and decision. Because with you now, I can tell that if you there's a possibility that you could have been married maybe last year or 2 years ago or some years ago, because I'm
Or
sure
5 years ago.
some people have come to say, marry me.
Of course.
But then they are not exactly, you know that that's not the direction you should go. Apart from you making the choice of the ones that you made, they are the ones that they are choices you've not made because you know that's not the way to go, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so by decision, we can say it. Part of why you are still waiting is because you decided that that's not the right way for me to go.
Yes.
Okay. Let me read a thought. So from someone that I look up to a lot, Bill Johnson, about waiting and the process. He said something. He said God's process is slow. And the reason why God's process is slow is because his interest is not in the outcome. God's interest is in the process. He went further to say the outcome is easy for God. He said the outcome is easy because it will take nothing for him to take the children of Israelite, for example, right, from Egypt and splat them immediately into the promised land. It won't take him anything. He said, but he won't do that because they will not have the character to stay there. He went further to say the maturity that is developed in the journey, that's in the process, is what keeps them or keeps us there.
Absolutely.
Keeps us in the promised land.
Yeah.
And then he rounded up by saying, and for our lives, you and mine, it's the process, the journey that enables us to steward well or manage well the fulfillment of the promise. So the fulfillment of promise we're looking at right now is marriage. So the character, the capacity usually developed while we are single. So to a great extent, how we're going to fare in marriage is going to be powered by how we handled the time of waiting and the process, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It helps us shape who we are and what we are about to become in the future and the kind of person we want to do life with. It helps us because you have to like build your purpose to match with the person you are spending your life with so you can actually run your goals together. So yes, I think that write-up is right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you have to wait while you're waiting. Just don't put your life on hold while you're waiting. As a woman, because I don't know if men wait, because your duty
I'm
is to search.
36. How come I've not gotten married?
Because you have not been searching. Search.
I've been wanting to get married since, in fact, to be honest, for me, right, for the man, and that's a very interesting point. Like, you don't know if men wait.
Yes, I don't know if men wait.
Everybody waits.
We are designed to wait.
As you were to,
You are designed to
before
search.
we started the podcast, you heard Tina say he's waiting.
Tina should not wait. Tina should search.
No, but he's searching, but he was waiting.
Yeah. So that is what he's
Tina
using.
is a friend of ours anyway, just so you know.
So Tina is using his waiting period to search. Why we female use our waiting period to develop our character, to develop ourselves.
So both is waiting.
Yes, absolutely.
One is waiting to be found.
Yes.
One is waiting in searching.
Searching, yes.
And so both is waiting.
Tina keeps searching.
So
you find.
Anyway, he got the message already. So, but then, what are those, in this process of you waiting, right? What has been the challenges that you've experienced while you wait?
Well, this challenge, trust me.
Let's talk about that.
The loneliness,
Loneliness.
the family. Although I have an amazing family, they don't ask, they don't push, they just let you take your time. Yes, so I think those factors, other families are always pushing, and then there's the age factor and hormones.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about loneliness first.
Okay.
Loneliness, speak about that.
Okay, there are some days you just want to be with that person who understands your heart, who shares your feelings.
Yeah.
Apart from having siblings around, you just want to talk to that one person who would understand how you feel. Although your family would, but that's that connection that you have with that person.
Yeah, I do. I understand that.
Yes, you just want to talk to that person, even though you're not like looking for a solution to a particular thing. You just want to air. You just want to vent when you are, yeah. That person is really important. And
I think
yeah,
it's in that process that people used to call devil's brother
yes.
because because our devil's sister.
I don't know,
Because
remember,
while
oh,
they're in
my
that
ex was
period,
listening to
yeah,
me. I need
yeah,
to call him.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then they call their ex. I think that's the reason why people go back to
To
loneliness, yeah. To
nonsense.
nonsense.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
call and then the person pays attention. Attention is really important for we
So for
females.
such, have you learned anything on how to handle that period properly? Since we're talking about waiting well, so in the
Absolutely.
process of waiting, and then all of a sudden rain fall everywhere nice.
When you have a duvet in your house, what are you saying?
Exactly. That's also what I said. He said, please don't just use your duvet. But then again, have you learned anything about handling that loneliness?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So how have you dealt with it in
First
the
of
times that you were successful?
Yeah. For me, I enjoy my company. God, I love myself. I enjoy my company. I spend a lot of time with myself. I like it when it's quiet a lot of time. When there's lights, there's movie, there's popcorn, there's internet, there's music, there's Instagram.
Yeah.
Just something to distract you. I don't know how people, but some other people are extrovert. They like to go out. They like to hang with people. That's when they will meet some sons and daughter of and then get involved and start doing stuff. But if you enjoy your own company and then that feeling kicks in of loneliness, for me, I worship. I love to worship a lot. I worship, and then I have this weird warm feeling inside me. I do have that feeling a lot. Anyway, with time, I got used to loving myself, spending time with myself, going on solo dates with myself while I wait. Because sometimes I feel like, call this person, I'm like, I've done too many mistakes. It's time to just stay focused. Yeah.
Those calls are really, really, really calls. That's
Oh
the
my God.
pathway to destruction.
Sometimes the call will just come in on its own. Like somebody's telling, call that guest. And then you just see your phone ring like, okay, I'm being tested.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
just ignore them.
Yeah. I think because
I don't know. I have a very long list of block numbers. I
yeah.
do that on purpose and I'm not sorry. I block a lot of people. I so appreciate God for giving the person wisdom to put a block button in a phone because I did block.
Okay.
I will
That's cool.
block
Me,
you.
I don't have
So
block list. Maybe it's only two but I'm blocked in my life.
I have a block
Okay.
list.
So the way you've handled it is to love yourself, spend time with you.
Yes, yes.
And I want to add because for me personally, the few times I've succeeded, because I've actually still failed in this process of loneliness too on the journey. But the times I've succeeded, I think having a very solid relationship with God. We say that, yeah, so based on what you just said, having a solid relationship with God has a very huge role to play in helping us through that period of being lonely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because even the aspect of loving yourself, it stems from your realization that God is with you and God loves you. I think it's so difficult for a human being to love themselves if they are not aware of the one that made themselves,
Yes.
right?
I love
So
that.
so relationship with God has been for me the thing that has made me not to go mad. My name for London is now. But relationship with God has a way of just putting you in the right perspective. You
Yes.
see well, he has a way of affecting your desires.
Yes, understand.
So-
Makes you understand your purpose.
Yeah, it makes you understand your purpose. It fills you with so many things that
Yeah.
will take away loneliness in quotes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's one. So we're able to deal with this loneliness. Because of time, let's also talk about hormones, because I think that hormones thing is what makes many people not be able to wait well.
Yes.
Is what makes people do lots of crazy things, right? So explain the hormones. How has that been a challenge for you?
Well,
Don't be ashamed. Don't be shy.
I'm not shy. So usually the ovulation period is
for you people.
Yes, it's
Okay.
really a strong period, and the desire for wanting intercourse gets really high. But another thing I understand is the way God creates us. He can make a woman wait. You can abstain from sex. All you need to do is distract your mind.
Yeah.
Yes, it kicks in and stay for almost a week or two. Yeah, ish. But you can also manage it as a woman.
Okay. So it
Yes,
can be managed.
it can be managed.
Yeah. I think for men, they're always in ovulation. To a great extent. There's no word for that,
Men don't
but they don't
ovulate.
ovulate. I'm saying that you guys just have a period, and the other period, is
Yeah,
there, but it might
yeah,
not
and
be
the
as
period
strong.
itself,
Uh,
when it kicks in, you just want to have, you just want to throw tantrums like children, and there's just one person you want to do it with, your partner. You don't
okay.
want to throw tantrums with your siblings.
So
It's
that
not
so
sweet.
so that has a way of
Wait.
frustrating people that somebody is not there yet.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can say that that's what makes people to want to taste of the promise before they even get to the
Before,
promise.
yes.
And I think one of the things that is involved in the promise, for example, is sex. I think sex is part of the promise because in marriage we're afforded the right, the
Yes.
enjoyment, and the freedom to have sex. At least according to truth, according to God's way of doing things, right? So I'm reminded of a story, for example, and we'll round off with this. And it's David and Goliath. Now, at 17, I think thereabout, David was already anointed as king,
Yes,
but he didn't become king until many years later.
absolutely.
But in that process of becoming the king, he had an opportunity to be the king. For example, Saul was actually going after his life, and at a particular time, I think it's the 1 Samuel 24, thereabouts. Saul came, God, as in Saul, in hunting after his life, made his own life available for David to take.
Yeah, but
But
David didn't.
so David could have seen that as an opportunity to be what God had already promised him.
Yes, but I think
Right.
David understood that that's not God what God wants for him. David understands the heart of God.
Yes, he understood that that's not the way to be what God had promised him.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I think one of the temptation of waiting is a desire to want to make it happen yourself.
Immediately, yeah.
We've seen many people do. Abraham also made it happen. They said, Abraham, wait till
Yes,
you go
which
born
is-
Isaac. Abraham and Sarah are partner. They said, no, more born Ishmael by our own effort. And Ishmael came, right?
Yes, yeah.
The same way too it is too. So there's this temptation to want to do it yourself.
Yes, because you think the waiting period is too long.
It's too long.
Yes,
Exactly. So the question is, when those temptations pop up, for example, you want to enjoy, how do we handle the temptation to be the promise, to be what you've been anointed to be
I think it still boils.
by your own efforts instead of waiting through the process?
Yes, I think it still boils down to having a very good, solid relationship with God, because you would want to seek His face for everything you do,
Yeah.
and your intuition, your mind, the Holy Spirit would tell you not to. So yes, so I assure you that what is coming is bigger, is way better than what you're saying now.
Yeah.
So if you understand that, you understand God's promises for you, you understand God's will for you, you would wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. That's a good talk so far. Good talk. But there's still so much more I'd like to expand, but time won't permit us. But I'll bring you, come back again, and so that you come back again, so that we can continue and finish this whole waiting well series. We're going to trash it until we're able to be satisfied within us that we've done well. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
To be my pleasure.
Thank you so much. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for listening to us. I'm sure it might not even be marriage, but some of you might be waiting for something else. The process usually is a blessing.
Yeah.
And there's a great blessing in delay. In fact, sometimes reading through scriptures, when God delays a thing, most of the time, it has great stuffs in store for you. And let's pay attention to the capacity that we're building during that waiting time, and let that regulate our hearts, and let that control our actions and while we wait. So for sure, I'm going to bring Priscilla back. We'll complete
I'll be
this
here.
series. And then we're definitely going to have a good time with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to see you guys in the next episode. So see you. Please like our page, subscribe. I don't know the challenge
share.
why some people used to watch and they don't subscribe. Please just try and subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. Subscribe, like, and share. Tell somebody about this platform. Yeah. See you next episode.